Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Jen on Acre by the Creek. Today's 2-Minute Tuesday tip is all about planting bulbs. If you know you're not going to be able to plant your bulbs right away, you want to keep them stored in a dry, cool, and dark location, and they will be okay for up to a year. The perfect place for mine has been in the garage. For those who are new to gardening, a bulb is an organ of the plant that is simply there to function as food and water storage when the plant is in a phase of dormancy. By definition, bulbs are perennials, but they won't come back year after year in all climates and conditions depending on what type you have. The great thing about bulbs is that you can plant them in a container or right into the ground, into your garden beds, wherever you can. What time of year that you plant your bulb variety is going to depend when it blooms. So for a bulb that blooms in the summer, you're going to plant that in the spring. But for a bulb that's going to bloom in the spring, you're actually going to plant that in the fall. If you have bulbs that you haven't gotten around to planting yet, they're typically good for about a year. However, you're going to want to check them before planting, and if they are mushy, they smell, they're rotten, or on the other hand, if they're really dry and shriveled up, they're not good anymore. But as long as they still look like a pretty good bulb, you can go ahead and throw them in. In order to get a really nice showing of blooms, you want to plant a lot of bulbs in one space. Depending on what you're working with, your bulbs will sometimes look very different. Plant the pointy side up. If you're having trouble figuring out which side is the stem side, which side is the root side, if you just plant it in horizontally, the plant will figure out which way is up. A good rule of thumb to follow when planting your bulbs is that your planting hole should be 2 to 3 times deeper than your bulb size. If you go deeper, that's okay. You just don't want to go any more shallow than that. And you want to do your best to try and find the pointy side up. So here we have a point, and this here all looks like the bottom, and this looks like a stem. So I'm going to put it in right like this. Next step, just go ahead and backfill. Now at this point you can go ahead and water your bulb in. I'm going to be planting some more in this bed, so I'm not going to do that just yet. If you want to tune into that video, I'll link it for you right here. I hope you guys learned something on today's 2-Minute Tuesday tip. I'll see you guys next week with another one. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.